And welcome back inside Stevens Fieldhouse with me, Colin Imhoff, and Max Murphy for this fourth quarter action of this American Rivers Conference matchup between the Central Dutch and the Buena Vista Beavers. Today has been a really good game for both teams as it's 46-43 going into this fourth quarter. What do you think is going to happen here, Max?
You know, that third quarter wasn't the prettiest with the Dutch only scoring 6 and the Beavers only scoring 9. So I'm expecting the offenses to get back in their groove. They seemed a little dysfunctional with the press on both teams. The defenses started to pick up. So I expect the offenses to start picking up in this fourth.
Yeah, we're hoping to see a little more scoring in this, but yeah, both defenses definitely stepped it up in that quarter. Imhoff was also out for a lot of that third quarter, especially the later part for the Beavers, and she's really been the one scoring a lot of the points. But now we're back into action here. Johnson out to Steele. Steele shoots the three. No good. And again, there's Van Gorp and Hamlet fighting down low. No call there. Here's DeMars. And it looks like they're going to call a grab on Scott. Interesting foul choice there, but the Beavers are going to take it.
Yeah, these refs have really called a lot of off-the-ball fouls in the second, third, and now fourth quarter.
Yeah, first quarter we didn't see hardly any fouls being called, but now it seems like the whistle's being blown almost every play. And here the Dutch are now in the zone. Over to Whitver. Here's DeMars. The Beavers going to have to get it to the center here trying to break this zone. Hamlet over to Whitver. Out to Cone. Cone out to DeMars. DeMars. And they're going to call a foul on Van Gorp there. That's her fourth. Interesting call there. Again, the refs are starting to call some very soft fouls. It looks like Hamlet and Van Gorp have just been fighting for position, and Van Gorp's going to get her fourth there, and she's going to come out, and Akiona's going to come back in. And that's big for the Beavers if we can get Van Gorp out of the game. DeMars looking to inbound. Gets it out. That's McKenna Cone. And it looks like the Dutch have abandoned the zone. Here comes Whitver to the rim. Can't get it to go, but she gets a rebound and puts it in. That's a big bucket from Whitver as it's now 46-45 Dutch. And the Beavers continuing to press. They're going to double here. The Beavers staying in their zone as it is working. Here's Scott with the ball up top. Into Johnson. Johnson in the center of it. Here's Steele over to Dow. No one on her. Three ball. Good. Dow hits a big three for the Dutch to put them up 49-45. Here comes DeMars again trying to push the pace here for the Beavers. Whitver. Over to DeMars. Now the Dutch are back in the zone. Here's DeMars. Into the corner. Cone. Cone steps out of... Oh, they're going to call a foul on Hamlet underneath for a push. Interesting. I thought Cone might have stepped out there, but they're actually going to call a foul on Hamlet, and I believe that's her third.
Yeah, and Coach Wells is not happy about that call at all.
A lot of interesting off-ball calls here from the refs, but we play on, and here come the Beavers, still in this zone. And the skip pass over to Dow. Dow into Johnson. Johnson back out to Akiona. Over to Scott. Back to Akiona. Dow now on the wing, looking to break the zone. Skip pass to Mars. Can't quite get the steal. Scott with it. Finds Steele underneath, and she's fouled by Whitver. It looked like DeMars had the steal there for a sec. Great defense by the Beavers. The Dutch were throwing some dangerous skip passes there, but the Beavers couldn't quite get a hold of the basketball.
Yeah, I don't think that goes if that happens next possession.
And there's Steele hitting the first free throw, putting the Dutch up 5. Here's Steele with her second free throw. Good. The Dutch now lead 51-45, 6-point game. DeMars brings it up. And there's going to be a timeout from David Wells, who does not like what he's seen. The Beavers, again, had a really good start, but now we're getting some interesting off-ball fouls and a few other fouls that he doesn't like to see. And you know what, guys? I don't know if you know this, but Pizza Ranch, it's pretty cool here in town. I mean, be sure to go down to your hometown Pizza Ranch after the game today or anytime. It's at 517 East Milwaukee Avenue here in Storm Lake. Eat a delicious buffet with a great selection of pizza, chicken, and a full salad bar. Pizza Ranch has a legendary pizzas that'll tempt your taste buds. Remember, anytime is a good time at Pizza Ranch. Also, think about working at Pizza Ranch. Check out their great career opportunities at pizzaranch.com. Max, what do you think of Pizza Ranch?
You know what? Their buffalo chicken pizza, second to none.
Have to agree. Just requesting your own pizzas for the buffet, free of charge. Pizza Ranch, definitely the place. Make sure to go check them out after the game or again, anytime. But now, let's get back into the action here, as hopefully this timeout should be coming out here soon. And the Beavers are looking to turn this around and hopefully get a run going to defeat the Dutch here.
Yeah, I think Coach Wells in that huddle is drawing up something to try to break the zone that the Dutch is throwing at the Beavers, because it's kind of stifled the offense a little bit.
Again, I think Imhoff, who's been their biggest scorer, getting Imhoff the ball in the middle of the zone or the short corner, I think that's going to be the key right now, especially with Van Gorp out. Van Gorp and Hurley are both out. Those are their two biggest players. And there we go. There's Imhoff in the center calling for the ball. Gets it to Hamlin in the center. Short cuts by Whitver. Whitver with the layup. Can't quite get it. And rebound by Imhoff, who's fighting. They're going to call that a jump. They're going to call the foul there instead of the jump. Imhoff gets the foul. But that one's going to be on the ground. Beaver basketball as they're going to get it in. We got a tech from the Central basketball coach. We've got a technical foul, it looks like. The ref called it from the other side of the court. Couldn't quite see what was going on there, but we've got a tech. Oh, the tech is on Wells, it looks like. The tech is gonna be on Wells. Not sure what that one's for. He must have said something, but the Dutch are gonna get 2 free throws here. And they make the first. I believe that is Steele. And Steele makes both free throws, and the Dutch get 2 free points for a tech that I'm not really sure why it was called. I'm not really sure what Wells got the tech there for. But here we go. We play on as the Beavers now trail by 8, as that was a big momentum stopper for the Beavers. And here comes Scott. Looking, gets it to Akiona. The Beavers have abandoned the zone, it looks like. Into Akiona. She spins, steps from Whitver. Shot, no good. DeMars with the rebound. DeMars has to be leading the team in rebounds today. She's been grabbing a ton of them. Over to Anhalt on the break. Anhalt trying to force her way in there. Can't find anything. Stripped, gets the ball back. Back to DeMars, to Whitver. Swings it to Cone on the wing. Cone goes to the paint. Floater, can't get anything, and I believe they're going to call a blocking foul on Steele there. Yeah, blocking foul on Steele. That is going to be her third, and McKenna Cone is going to go to the line. Cone with the first shot. Good. 46-53 with 7 minutes to go left in this fourth quarter. Here's the replay of that. Cone, again, going to the foul. Steele obviously stops her progress there. Good call. Cone was able to make that second free throw. It is 53-47 as the Beavers trail the Dutch. Still keeping this press on. Again, the Beavers have abandoned the zone that they were in. Here's Johnson. Johnson looking to get a switch. No one steps out on her 3-ball. Can't get it. And Cone's going to get the rebound for the Beavers. Here's Whitver looking to push it. She finds DeMyers in the corner. 6:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Here comes Cone going baseline. Tries to find one. Can't get it. Whitver with the layup. Gets stripped. Out to DeMars. Open for 3. Bang! DeMars hits a big 3 to put the Beavers back within 3. 50-53. The Dutch lead with 6:12 on the clock. This is quite the game here. Here comes Akiona. Over to Johnson. Johnson loses it, but gets it back. Over to Scott. Scott over to Steele. To Dow. Dow has been very quiet this half. Dow kicks it out to Scott. Scott for 3. Good! And Scott able to answer. 56-50 with 5:45 to go. And now the Beavers looking to hold on to the momentum. DeMars over to Whitver. Screen from Anhalt. Into Anhalt, and she turns it over. Can't quite get it. Anhalt wasn't quite ready for that pass.
Yeah, and the Beavers was just starting to get the momentum on their side. Scott hits that 3. Beavers turn it over. It seems like the Dutch got the momentum a little bit back on their side with 5:32 left.
Yeah, DeMars again hit that big three. Scott was able to answer, but the Beavers still had some momentum. Tough turnover there, but here comes Dow for the Dutch. And they're going to call that a foul. She looked like she just tripped. That might be the softest call I've seen all night, but Anhalt's going to get that call.
Yeah, we shouldn't have said anything in the first quarter about no calls being called because I think the refs heard us up here, and they're like, you know what?
Look, she just ran right into her. How they're calling that a foul is beyond me. But now we play on. Here's Akaiona in the high post. Gets it to Johnson. Johnson gets it into Van Gorp, who's playing with 4 fouls here. Scott for 3. Can't hit that one. And the Beavers are going to let that one go out of bounds. We've got 5:09 left on the clock as the Beavers trail by 6. Here comes DeMars. Over to Reimer. Reimer, again, she's been a big scorer here in this second half. Reimer to Anhalt. Anhalt able to hold on to that one. Anhalt draws the foul on the shot. I believe that was Dow who got her there on the arm. And that's a big one right there. The Beavers need to get this. They're going to call that one on Akaiona, actually. And here's Anhalt, who hasn't done much since the early third quarter, but here come the Dutch bringing in a lot of their scorers here. Van Gorp and Hurley are both back in. But here comes Anhalt with that long free throw routine. She hits the first. It's now a 5-point game, 56-51 with 4:58 to go in this fourth quarter. The shot, good. Anhalt hits her second, and the Beavers now trail by 4, 56-52. And the Beavers going to keep this press on. DeMars tries to double, but the Dutch break it. Here. And here's Dow with it. Over to Hurley. Hurley, screen from Van Gorp. Hurley looking for Van Gorp, can't quite find her. Weber guarding Akaiona. Hurley over to Dow. Dow, shot fake. Dow puts it up, can't quite get it. Rebound Johnson, she gets the foul. And she's going to get 2 shots. Looks like that foul was on Newton. Yeah, I think they're going to call that one on Newton. And Johnson is going to get 2 free throws here. Johnson has been having a big half for the Dutch right now. And she hits down the first free throw. 57-52 with 4:33 left to go in this game. These are some big free throws here. And there's the second made free throw from Johnson. And now here comes DeMars bringing it up. It's a 6-point game, trying to keep the Beavers in it. Over to Weber, to the corner, Anhalt. Back to Weber, to DeMars. Swings it to Weber. Weber for 3. No good. Van Gorp with the rebound. Now here comes Dow. Over to Hurley. Hurley to Johnson. Johnson looking for Van Gorp at the paint. Can't find her. Finds Akaiona, who can't make the tough layup, but Van Gorp tips the rebound back to her. And now Hurley's got the ball up top. She kicks it out Johnson. Johnson, heat check. Bang! Johnson hits a big 3 to put her team up 9, 61-52 with 4:47 to go. And it looks like it's going to be Beaver basketball here as Kaylee Dresbeck, the senior, comes in for for 3:47. The last time she'll ever play at home. Hamlet's going to come in as well. Wells trusting his seniors here in this important game. Anhalt comes out of the game. Again, she's been the leading scorer here for the Beavers. He's going to trust his seniors right now with this last game. Here comes Dresbeck to the short corner. Hamlet out to DeMars. DeMars over to Newton. Newton back to DeMars. The Dutch in his zone. There's Reimer. Reimer hits a big 3 to get him back in at 61-55. This game is not over yet. We've got 3:25 on the clock. And Johnson, again, Johnson's been so hot, gets to the rim, bucket. Another one for Johnson. 63-55 puts the Dutch back up 8. And here's Dresbeck over to Reimer. Reimer's had a hot second half. Dresbeck over to DeMars. DeMars, open 3. Can't quite get it. Van Gorp able to get the rebound. Here's Dow. Bringing up the ball. trying to slow down this pace and take off as much time as the clock. They get it to Johnson. Johnson has been on fire recently, gets it into Van Gorp, who's got Newton on her. The layup, no good. Johnson able to get the rebound. Johnson, another shot, not quite. DeMars with the rebound there.